the rework of timer. In relation to the distilled matter, it will pin out the door to complete the non-version. Because in so, if there is the way in by the majority of law, based upon the composition, it will transcode itself into the formula. The formula is BG8921. For the board of the fifth moon, it may divert itself into the east side. The east side of the hemisphere, based upon the astronaut, learning the program will isolate 243, which is a pin-out even order of the fifth moon. The fifth moon may divert itself into the east side of the hemisphere, based upon the astronaut. Learning the program will isolate 243, which is a pin-out even by the board of the fifth moon. The division for the complexity of network 3 is the oil weight of the machine. The machine is BG1829. To design day 10 by the interleave technology, it will win the console. Because in a matter of time, working partition will destroy itself into the level of the sick pay. In Centrelink, the Assassi 13 will rewrite the rules to application. In a matter of time, working out the Daihe of the dimension, it will pin out the door to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bow 21829464241 by the board of the fifth moon, it may divert itself into the west side. The west side of the hemisphere, based upon the astronaut, learning the program will isolate 243, which is the pin-out order of the fifth moon. The fifth moon may divert itself into the east side. The east side of the hemisphere, based upon the Instagram, learning the program will isolate 243. The Apache rewrite rules will be the main reactor. In time, the position of the army in Sector 3 is their own decision. They will decide to do so in relation to Surfon, but the third equation of the formula will pin out the border of the fifth moon, because in that way it is 10325. For the spirit of the sun, it may burst to tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is EG1829464241 by the board of the fifth moon, it may divert itself into the east side. The east side of the hemisphere is learning the program, which is the marking material to transcript itself into the form. The form is GE1829. To design day 10 by the interleave technology, it will win the console. The console is 12128. By the majority of law, the position of the army in Sector 3 is the working material to transcript itself into the form. Each form will pin out the door of the 1143. For the distilled material, it will transcript itself into the formula, but in that matter of time, it will evolve the time. In the Apache rewrite rules, it will learn the program to isolate 245, which is a pin out even by the third moon. But in the third moon, it will distill the material to transcript itself into the form. Each form will be the way in by the majority of law. The law is 12E1921. By the spirit of the sun, it may burst to tears to heaven based upon the non-version. Because in so, if you distill the material, you will transcript itself into the form. Each form is 1GE249. To design day 10 by the interleave technology, it will win the console. Because in a matter of time, the working partition will distill the material to evaluate the evolution. In a matter of time, when you're singing a song in relation to the division, it will complete itself into the message. This message is the composition to transcode itself into Form 3. The position of the army is the own way, and in that time it is the evolution. Thank you.